Good day, all, and welcome to the Mic with Marama Matlo. Mic stands for Motivation, Inspiration, and Conversation. And I created this YouTube channel because I wanted a platform where I could motivate, inspire, and hopefully spark a conversation with you in the comment section. Now, I believe that my purpose is to inspire, inform, invest in others through speech, outreach, interaction, and literature. And this YouTube channel is just one of the platforms that I hope to use speech to fulfill my purpose. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. So, I have had an idea. I have had this burning passion to start a YouTube channel for the last 6 years. Now that's insane because in all of that time, I have come up with different excuses for why I can't start my YouTube channel. From the fact that I did not have the right camera. Once I got the right camera, I argued I did not have the right software to edit my videos. So then I got myself a MacBook. When I got the MacBook, I convinced myself that using the program was too complicated until I met a wife who could use the entire system, and yet I still did not start. So I had to spend time interrogating what is the actual reason for my inability to start. And I brought it down to 4 key points. The first one being I have never worked hard in my life. Now, many people who know me might think this is quite obscure or that this is an incorrect statement because often we judge people by their results and not necessarily by the effort that they put in. So in primary school, I was the head boy. I was the top student. In high school, I was the head boy. I won the cultural and the sports award. I received 3 distinctions. I received the honors award. When I went to university, I was the first year guardian. I made it into the golden key. I became the chairperson of the residence. And then I was lucky enough to do my articles at a top 5 law firm in South Africa. I then left, and now fortunately I work at a prestigious boys' school in South Africa. Now, when you hear all of these things, and when you hear that I think of myself as somebody who did not know how to work hard, you may think there's a bit of a disconnect. But the thing is, everything that I achieved during what I would like to call working hours. You see, when I was at school, I did what I had to do while I was at school and the bare minimum when I was at home. When I got to university, during the times where we had activities, when I had to study, when I had to go to lectures, I did what I had to do. But I did not do much else to improve myself. I did not have a side hustle. I did not have a part-time job when I was in university. And so working hard outside of working hours is something I did not know how to do. And if I was going to start a YouTube channel, that would be something that is a requirement outside of my daily work and my daily expectations. And for most of us, that's where our struggle comes in. That we go to work, we go to school, and we work extremely hard. And then we come back home and we find that now we have to work on ourselves. Now we have to work on our own purpose, our own ideals, the things that we are passionate about. But we are so exhausted and drained of energy, and we are not used to working at that level that we sacrifice the things that we care about. And so that was my first stumbling block. The second thing that I struggled with was being authentic. You know, when you come onto this platform and you ask people to subscribe to your YouTube channel, you are hoping that they're constantly going to come back. But in order for people to come back, you need to have a certain level of consistency. And I believe that on this platform, consistency is built off authenticity. And that means doing what you say you are going to do when you said you were going to do it. Now, I know there are many things that you have heard. There are many things that you have read about productivity, about motivation, about inspiration, about bettering yourself. I believe most of those things, but for a large part of my life, I was not applying them. And so I was going to come onto this platform and I was going to talk about things that I believe are effective for you to actualize, for you to reach your goals and your purpose and your vision. But I was not doing those things. And so I was running the risk that I was going to come here and encourage people, and you were going to look at my life and you weren't going to see the fruit of what I was preaching. I was running the risk of running out of authentic things to say, things that are inherent in me that I am sharing with you because I was not living a life that was consistent with the person that I wanted to be. And so many of you are struggling right now because you are not living an authentic life. You are living a life where you are giving in to your vices, where you are telling people not to do things that behind closed doors you are doing. And so I had to shed that part of myself. I had to let go of my vices and put into practice the things that I was going to come onto this platform and share with you. And I can safely say at this point in my life, I am the individual I have longed to become. I am the individual who is using the advice that I'm going to share with you on this platform. Secondly, I was addicted to instant gratification. And I think most of us can relate to this. The world that we live in now is built on the fact that you can get what you want as quickly as possible. If you post a picture on Facebook, on Instagram, or you tweet something on X, you find that people automatically and immediately respond. They're either going to like your picture or they're going to comment, and that gives you instant gratification. That makes you feel good about yourself. For some of us, that gives us a certain level of validation. And so we find that when it comes to things that require our effort, when it comes to things like exercising, when it comes to things like looking after our body, meditating, journaling, starting a YouTube channel, writing a book, becoming a motivational speaker, or starting a side hustle that you have thought about for many, many years, most of us realize that in order to achieve the success that we desire, it is going to take time. We are not going to see the results today. You may not see the results in a week, in a month, or even a year. It is a process, and you need to be patient. You need to be consistent. You need to be disciplined. But in the world that we live in today, all of those commodities have become extremely rare. And so most of us are so used to the feeling of getting what we want immediately that working hard has become a foreign concept. And so for me, the addiction to instant gratification and thinking about how long it's going to take to build a following, I began to think to myself, is it even worth it? And today I'm here because I've realized that anything of great success, anything that one is passionate about, requires consistency, discipline, and dedication. And the last thing that I found myself struggling with was a simple question. What if I failed? And for many of us, we are constantly playing that loop in our head. What if I fail? So I reframed the question and I asked myself, what am I willing to fail for? And my priorities became quite clear when instead of thinking in a negative sense, I embraced the failure. That yes, I am destined to fail. In everything we do in life, you are going to fail. For a child to start crawling, they first fall a couple of times. For them to start walking, they are going to fall a couple of times. For them to start running, the same process is going to happen. When you started learning how to ride a bicycle, you fell. When you started learning how to drive, you were cautious, you were nervous, you were anxious. But through perseverance and constant practice, you were able to reach that goal. You were willing to fail in order to learn how to walk and in order to learn how to drive. So why are we then not willing to fail for your purpose? Why are you not willing to fail for your vision? And so I made the conscious decision that I am willing to fail in order to get my message across. That failure is not fatal and success is not permanent. And in order for you to be able to break barriers and boundaries, you are going to have to become comfortable with failure. It's going to become familiar to you. But as soon as you fail and you start again, you are no longer starting from a disadvantage. You are starting with the benefit and the experience of failure. Better yet, you may not even fail. And so my encouragement to you is to analyze. Why have you not started? Are you perhaps scared of working hard? Are you addicted to instant gratification? When you think about your life and you analyze everything that you have done, are you scared that you are perhaps not an individual who's going to be authentic? And lastly, are you scared of failure? You see, the truth is, ladies and gentlemen, you are running out of time. Today, you have less days than you had yesterday. And so decide today, just like I have, that you are going to start. Thank you so much for joining me on my first episode on the mic with Maremo Matlo. I hope that I have given you something to think about, something that you can introspect on, and hopefully something that encourages you to get off that seat and become active and finally decide that you are going to start. I need you to remember that you are the creator of your own reality. You are the captain of your ship. You are the master of your own destiny. So pick up the mic and start making an impact. With love, peace, and happiness, I am MRM Matlo.